All right, you guys, welcome to AROYA Office Hours Live. Hello, longtime listener, first-time caller. My name is Mandy, and today I'll be stepping in for the lovely Keisha as your moderator for today's discussion. A couple of reminders before we get started. This hour is your chance to hear from the experts, get answers in real time about data you're seeing within your grow, and share cultivation tips and tricks with other growers in this exciting industry. We thank everyone in advance for not using this time for airing policy grievances or industry for airing policy or industry grievances or asking about AROYA pricing, though you are always welcome to book a demo. Please do feel free to type any of your questions into the chat at any time, and if your question is selected, we'll have you unmute yourself and ask away. Anyone who asks their question live for the first time today will get an AROYA hat, limited to US residents only, and 1 hat per household. And today we're actually going to raffle off one of our limited edition AROYA t-shirts. To enter, everyone on today's live broadcast should post your email address in the chat. Seth, Phil, how are you guys today?
Good. We're glad to be here. How are you?
Oh, so excited. This is a big dream of mine to be on the show. So just soaking it all up. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I see that we're getting some more attendees. Welcome, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. Without further ado, are you guys ready for our first question?
Of course.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we have a lot of questions that came in through Instagram this week, and we'll just jump right into some of the crop steering questions.
Sure.
Stumpflex wrote in, what is the best way for a beginner to understand and learn about crop steering?
To be honest, start reading. Look at books like Plant Empowerment. Go out, look at things like the Groden White Papers, and don't limit yourself, honestly, to just the cannabis sphere. Go learn about plant science. I mean, that's kind of how our company got involved in this, is realizing there's opportunity here.
Yeah, I was just about to say, crop steering isn't cannabis specific, so I would totally do that too. Just start Googling crop steering and see what people have done in the industry. In the Netherlands, I think they've been using crop steering for decades.
Oh, absolutely. And we do, in any irrigated crop anywhere that someone's trying to grow and make money off of is crop steering to some extent. So yeah, basically just start looking, and a lot of the responses we're looking at here that involve, plant physiology are pretty universal rules. They apply to most annual herbaceous plants. So just start reading. That's the best you can do, and learn as much about plant physiology as you can. It's going to make so much more sense if you understand what's going on in
totally.
the plant.
And don't be scared off from it either, because it's important to understand what crop steering really is. Crop steering is something that everyone is doing, even if you're doing it or not, if you know what I'm saying. It's basically, how do you steer your crop? How do you grow your crops? Like, anything that you do is essentially crop steering. So you might as well do it on purpose.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, don't be scared of it. Everyone, that alfalfa field you drove by earlier today with a pivot irrigator, they're crop steering. It's,
right.
Someone who puts an automatic sprinkler setup in their garden, they're also crop steering. It's maybe we've made the word a little too big. The term's scary.
Yeah, there's actually another term for it. We're going to get on to the next question, but there's another term for it. What is that called? Phasic steering.
Mm-hmm.
Phasic environmental steering. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, kind of going back to the basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that we're always here for too. We always have educational resources. That's something that we're really committed to always presenting for growers. So always check out our website, aroya.io, for that. We have a lot of questions, so I'm going to keep us moving. Awesome. So Cross for Objectif wrote in, is EC affected differently in organic soil?
Yes, because you're not applying salt fertilizers, so you don't have direct control over what's going on. And in organic setups, your EC is actually directly influenced by what's going on around the roots themselves. So when we've got a complex biological system like that, our actual EC that's affecting the plant is it's within millimeters of each root surface. So yes, it is going to be a totally different setup. That's not to say though that using EC monitoring equipment in your soil isn't still a good measure of how much available nutrients we have. It's just the processes by which we would amend those or change it are going to be totally different. when we can't just dump on a liquid fertilizer and make what we want happen. It's, we're planning things a month ahead of time, 2 months ahead of time. So we're adding amendments that are going to break down over time and give us the nutrients we want at the right time.
Beautifully said. Oh, do we have a question in here? Oh, it looks like we do. Kyle, do you want to take yourself off mute and ask? Or I can ask for you too. Oh, okay, I got you. So this is Kyle from Red Barn. Nice to see you guys. I have a question about veg to bloom transition. Should I be matching veg room light intensity, temperature, and VPD during the transition phase of bloom? Then gradually increasing light intensity and adjusting temp and VPD in the same way. I'm slowly building my EC when I switch to generative. I feel like this is one of the areas I don't have nailed down as well as I'd like to, and my plants are showing signs of stress when I'm flipping now. Thank you.
Well, the first thing I'll address there, I guess, is some of the other environmental factors there. So humidity, we're going to be very similar, rolling out a veg right into flower. We're going to want to keep it around that 1.0 VPD. High heat, 80 to 82. And then EC, we're going to slowly start stacking that up during generative. But it's important to make sure we build enough in veg because you don't want to come in deficient. Your plants are going to use a lot of nutrients while they're stretching and then again while they're bulking. So if we start out too low, we get in a cycle of trying to catch up all the time.
Right.
And basically that's, it's wasteful on the waterfront because we're doing all these extra irrigations that we don't want to have to do. And then also chasing our tail because we always, in a hydroponic system like this, have to have some runoff, right? We've got positive and negative ions. The plant's taking up those negative ions or cations. We've still got to flush some of those positive ions out of the soil before they become, essentially acidic. It's going to drag that pH down and then limit nutrient availability to the rest of the plant. So that's very important. And then, the last one to consider there, and it's the first one you touched on, was light. So coming out of veg, we actually want to match our DLI, which is the total number of photons that plant receives while the lights are on. And we're going to compensate by going in, actually, we're going to have a higher intensity going into flower. But what we want to do is make sure, so usually, just some round numbers, 550 in veg, coming in at 950 to 1,000 in flower. But we want to match those the total amount of light energy input in a given day. That way the plant's built up.
So question on that. So would you transition over from 550 to 900 like the day of transition, or is it a gradual increase?
If your plants are hardened off well, you can do that the day of transition.
Okay. How would you determine if they're hardened off well?
How they respond.
Okay. Great.
So having a 1 to 3 day period of bringing up your light intensity is also not bad insurance if you're worried about it. But
that's what I've heard that people do if they don't necessarily know if the plants can take it, is just to be on the safe side that they have been wrapping it up over a few days, maybe 3 or 4 days, but actually not much more than that though. To get up to that higher intensity.
Exactly. I mean, when we talk about a flowering cycle, we're looking at 56 to 65 days generally. Each day is greater than 1% of that plant's life, and that's a pretty big portion of the total time we have to be productive in. So 1 day loss of growth or 1 day where we can't be putting the maximum amount of inputs we want to into the plant is lost grams at the end of harvest.
Right. And to speak to those other parameters, there's 9 cardinal parameters that we talk about. And you touched on a few of those, like temp and VPD as well. Anytime you change anything, like light, everything else is going to be affected to some extent. So if you're, like just as you said in the beginning, you change your irrigation schedule, you change how you stress the crop, ultimately you have to look at all of those other ones. So just keep track of all your parameters as you're changing.
Exactly. And, a big part of it, honestly, light is one of our most expensive inputs because of power, right? I mean, it depends on where you are, but indoors, it's a huge cost, not just in equipment, but daily operation. We want to really be maximizing those lights and, we're really optimizing the rest of our environment to take advantage of that energy input. That's why, something we're looking at in the future, and I know you'll expand on this a little bit, Phil, is looking at, grams per mole of light that we're putting into the environment.
Right. And we can talk more about this, but as you transition and as you increase your light intensity, what a lot of growers will do is that they look at how much wattage am I putting out? Like what am I dimmer set to, if you will? That's great, and that's something you could do, but what I would recommend doing is actually measure the amount of light. Like put a quantum sensor, put it, you know, like what we offer is just the apogee quantum sensor, a sensor that you have at the top of the canopy to actually measure how much light am I getting. That way you can for sure know what is the light that the plants are receiving in veg, typically in a different bedroom, and then you can directly convert that into what should I be doing in flower, more so than just tuning the light with a dimmer switch.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, one thing to consider too, when we have our lights, every time we double distance away from the light, we have a quarter of the amount of energy available. So really dialing in that light height and light map in the room is actually a lot more important than a lot of people are considering. I've noticed out there, you know, it's really easy to have a 12-foot ceiling, strap the lights way up there and not have to worry about it. But if you're not light mapping and adjusting those lights for your crop, you're leaving grams on the table.
I do have to ask, what do you mean with light mapping?
So basically, you're going to go around and map, you know, as many points as you possibly can in
Spot
that room.
measurements?
But,
Like
yep, spot measurements at the exact same height in a grid in the room and try to figure out, all right, we have so much square footage with 1,000 ppfd. We have so much square footage with 800, and we can start to calculate how efficient can we be and then look at, okay, can we add lights in a certain spot? Can we move lights?
Right.
You know, what can we do to really optimize what we have? Because that's, again, you know, one of our most important inputs and what we're optimizing everything else around, even as far as CO2. If we can supplement CO2, we can start pushing it up. You know, with 1,200 ppm CO2, we can push 1,200 ppfd. That's more grams out of the same plant.
Which is needed. I mean, if you're going to push up your light intensity, if you're not supplementing with CO2, I think we've shown a graph on that, or we can show that next episode or nothing else. But if you're upping your lights and you're upping your light intensity from 800 to 1,200, you're not enriching with CO2, that will be your limiting factor in terms of how much transpiration you can get.
Yep, absolutely. You know, and light is the basis for pretty much all of this. We adjust everything around that, including EC. You know, when we start running 1,200 plus ppfd, we can push a higher EC.
Right.
And, you know, everything kind of follows along with that. So really going forward, it's a good way to quantify everything we're doing in the farm and even down to our yields, because that's our biggest cost. Yep. We could talk about grams per gallon of water. We could talk about grams per square foot, grams per light fixture. But in the end, light is that one super constant thing that we all have to pay for.
Exactly.
Great. Kyle, did that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. That went way deeper than I thought, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
We can always go deeper. Just hit us
I'm like holding back. Like I want to spend half an hour talking about light because light is so important. But we'll talk about that later.
Hey, who knows? We might have another question about it. So
there you go.
Who knows? All right. Thank you, Kyle. All right. We do have some more questions that came in through Instagram, so I'm going to keep this going. So Baby Got Drybacks. She wrote in, can you talk about the DLI sensor and how it works and some success you've seen from growers using it? Look at that.
See, there you go. Now I get my chance. Now, I mean, as we just talked about, we have, if you're using AROYA, we have multiple ways of communicating light. Basically, we have what we call a light indicator. Our PV panels on the noses or on the climate stations. Those are really meant to charge the units through solar power, make sure that those batteries are keep charged. But they also communicate light, and those are really meant to give an idea whether or not the lights are on or off. But then we have the quantum sensors, the apogee quantum sensors that we sell with the AROYA system. Now those are sold with an arm, so you can keep those sensors right at the top of the canopy and measure your light intensity, your micromoles per square meter per second. Now the DLI, the daily light integral, comes from those sensors. So we collect the amount of micromoles, the amount of photons that the plants are receiving at the top of the canopy per second. And then DLI is just accumulating those or adding all of those measurements together. And then you get a total mole per day or mole per square meter per day. Basically, how much light energy did my square meter get throughout that day? And that's your DLI. So if you can think of bright sunlight, midsummer, Arizona, you're getting, 60, something like that? 60 yep. DLI. That is what that looks like. An average grow where you rock maybe 1,000 micromole per square meter per second. If you do the math, I think that will even out to about 30, something like that, most per day.
Mid-30s, yeah.
Mid-30s?
And 30 to 40 is where we want to shoot in these indoor environments. That's what seems to be manageable for the most part.
Right. So that is the DLI measurement.
Awesome. Thank you guys for that. All right, we're moving down our list. Bisco Paul wrote in a couple questions for us this week. When measuring runoff volume, is that the percentage of input or percentage of media?
So we're looking at the percentage of your input coming in. So if I knew I put 500 milliliters on over, a certain period of time throughout my P1s and I get 100 milliliters running off, that's 20% runoff. We're looking at the percent of irrigation volume that's coming out of the pot.
Short and sweet. I love those. Okay. Bisco Paul also wrote in another question. Can you dive deeper into runoff pH? Does runoff pH tell us what to do with EC?
So runoff pH is an indicator of what your plants are eating and what they aren't. If we got EC going down, that means that plant's pulling cations out of the solution. So we have a higher concentration of positively charged ions and hydrogen ions in solution, which is pH being the negative log of positive ions in solution. We change that balance. pH goes down while the positive concentration of ions goes up, or concentration of positive ions goes up. So what you're looking at is a slight drop in pH to indicate that your plant's feeding, but you want to make sure that you're flushing out, and flushing's a bad word, I know, but pushing out some of those positive ions so you maintain that balance. Once our, solution pH goes too low, things like nitrogen and a lot of micros for that matter aren't very efficiently uptaken by the plant. That's the big thing pH affects, Moving from 5.8 to 5.4 is not going to physically burn the plant. If you stick your finger in a cup of water with 5.0 pH, you're not going to get burnt, and neither is the plant. But that plant won't be able to pull any nutrients out of that water. So, a lot of the classic signs of pH burn that we see are at, just basically nitrogen deficiencies, and then some other micro deficiencies. Typically, looking at runoff, traditionally we would adjust feed inputs to try to work with that. But now that we have, a 24/7 monitoring in the root zone, we can use runoff to monitor, pH and modulate it along with EC.
So when you have a new nitrogen deficiency, would the runoff pH be higher or lower?
Sometimes it could be lower because that plant is eating through so much of that nitrogen that it's actually lowering the pH, and then it's becoming essentially a self-limiting factor.
Gotcha. So it kind of gives you a hint of what the plant is eating.
Yeah, and then, based on runoff pH and EC, I wouldn't necessarily go about making huge fertilizer changes. Personally, I like to base those on plant tissue analysis. So
gotcha.
Plant tissue analysis, and then if you have access to any kind of runoff analysis, you can see what the plant is holding on to, what it's having trouble uptaking, and then based off of runoff solution, we can kind of see, okay, we've got a really high positive concentration of these ions in there. Clearly, we're over supplementing that in our feed schedule. Maybe we can drop that, save money, solve some problems.
I mean, obviously, when you're irrigating and when you're feeding the plant in a certain phase of growth, you're not really changing your irrigation schedule from a daily basis once you've tuned it in, right?
Maybe. I mean, that's where growers are going to always have a job, to be honest. It's going to take a long time for AI to catch up with the guy that gets up at 5 in the morning and checks his phone every single hour and goes, I'm going to change it.
Fair enough. Absolutely. Does the frequency with which you measure runoff change throughout the phase of growth? Like, do you do it more in the beginning?
No. Daily. That should be part of your daily routine.
Okay.
Going in there, you want to get, for every strain that you have in that room, you want to get runoff and see what they're doing. Because that's going to tell us, like I said, when we look at a plant and we see a deficiency or something, that is one of the first things we'll look at. Okay, is it eating? Is it not? If the pH is actually going up, that's a whole different problem. That plant's not uptaking nutrients. That's a deficiency for a different reason.
Right.
And then we would use some of that tissue analysis to say, okay, we've got a calcium deficiency. That's got an antagonistic relationship with other nutrients. So because I'm seeing calcium, I'm likely seeing a nitrogen deficiency. And then it's a pretty deep dive we can go into on that, especially without like a specific example to dissect.
Right. Okay. And then just logging those in AROYA as manual readings.
Yep. And, as a grower, a lot of you have been doing this every day for years. It's just been written down in a notebook or a binder.
Yep.
And I know for me, I'm never going to sit down and put all those notebooks into a spreadsheet. So it's way better to use AROYA on my phone and just put it in, and it skips that data entry step. And then I actually have those digital analytics to look at rather than saying, okay, every few months I'm going to sit down and spend a week doing data entry and making graphs and stuff.
That's the beauty of the system. I mean, just being able to go in and look, hey, what was my runoff left past 14 days, and you see that go up and down. You know?
Oh yeah, 10 years ago doing agronomy research, literally I'd spend weeks in the fall building the kind of graph that AROYA gives you in real time. You know, it's a game changer.
Awesome. It sounds like we need to do a session where we go really deep into pH, where we just really focus on that, because there's a lot to talk about. But yeah, that was great, you guys. So we do have a couple of people who did join the chat, and we do have a new question from Instagram. So I'm going to save that one. Bilbo Baggins, I'm going to go ahead and ask yours. That was next on my list anyway. So I did summarize your question a little bit. So please tell me if you do want to go a little bit more in depth with it. So Bilbo Baggins wrote in, I want to encourage more dryback. What's an ideal VPD for the dark photo period?
Typically, we want to maintain a consistent VPD day and night, ideally. So, and there's a few reasons for that. Number one is pathogens late in flower. So if we've got botrytis or powdery mildew, when we lower the temperature at night, we've got to make sure that we pull down humidity and maintain VPD, because we can have some infestation issues. That's not good. We don't want mold or powdery mildew on our weed.
Right.
The other thing is to encourage that overnight dryback. We still want to keep it up in that higher VPD range, because that's going to keep the stomata on the plant open and help encourage that the water to actually go through the plant. You know, the goal is at night, that's when our carbohydrate exchange is happening. We're moving products up from the roots and down from the leaves. They're making that exchange. So we need water movement in the plant. And if your VPD bottoms out when your lights go off, so does your dryback line, essentially. And really, you know, that dryback line, I always want to stress this, that's kind of a culmination of all your environmental factors. There is no one correct number or two correct numbers or any super correct number for your dryback. What we're looking at is a result of how well you've dialed it. You've dialed that environment for your plant and your pot size.
Right. And also the consistency throughout the entire zone.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing to remember. You know, plants don't like big changes. That's why we want to keep that VPD consistent.
Right. I always have to really what do you call it in English? Cross my tongue. I don't know. But basically, every time we talk about VPD, I'm like, okay, how does it work? But basically, nighttime, lights go off, temperature decreases.
Exactly.
Which means that the relative humidity will up.
Exactly.
Which means that your VPD will go down.
Yes.
Exactly. I'm like, I know this stuff. I've gone through this 100 times. So basically what you want to do to maintain the VPD is lowering your RH.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And that's, for a lot of cannabis growers, just because we're still a pretty new industry, and a lot of the HVAC companies and stuff out there are still trying to figure out the best way to deal with it. A lot of us run into a wall where we're having trouble controlling that humidity. So sometimes, you know, one of the things to look at is everyone wants to get that purple going right now. Right. Well, you know, at the cost of, say, throwing away 20% of your crop to get that extra 5 degrees colder at night to try to make that extra purple come out, is that really worth it? That's something to think about. But a lot of times, you know, I haven't seen a lot of price increases, and obviously this depends on your situation, but getting enough of a premium on that bud just for the color to compare, you know, pay off throwing away 20% and having all the extra labor of dealing with moldy product and sorting through it. It's just something you really got to think about.
What do you think about the temperature? I have a follow-up question on this, because I mean, at night, obviously your temperature will go down. I mean, the lights go off. If you're using HPS lights, you're inevitably going to drop in temperature during flower. I mean, I've seen 10 degrees drops, 15 degrees drops at times, which is less common. But what do you typically see, or what would you do in your grow in terms of temperature difference in a flower?
I like running, you know, an 8 to 10 degree throughout bulking. Okay. You know, not quite as much at the beginning and opening it up, and then a 10 degree max during ripening, really, because in bulking and ripening, we want to ride that line. Like if it's cold all night, we're slowing down plant metabolism, getting less of that bulking effect. So we want to keep the temperature up enough to encourage good plant growth, but down enough to ripen it. Just like, you know, the fall's coming on, It's getting a little cooler at night. That's what we're simulating.
I mean, you touched on something just now, or just here a little bit ago, that, I mean, there's a lot of opinions and there's a lot of experiments, and we have our crop steering guide that we've kind of documented what we see has been working and what we, in our own grows and just from experience through science. But because this is such a new legal industry, I would say that there just isn't much, like, there's not many publications out there on exactly what to do necessarily for each strain or for the crop as a whole, as a generic strain or as a generic crop. So that is something that we're doing. That is something because, I mean, Meter Group, who built AROYA, I mean, we're a company founded in research. So some of the research that we do conduct right now with universities out there, like with Bruce Bugby, for instance, is just finding out exactly what does certain strains want, and more importantly, why. Like, we know that this stuff works. We can tell you that this stuff works, and we should do this and we should do that, but why? And that's the interesting question, because the cannabis crop as a generic crop is certainly very, very different than what we've seen in other crops. Things that you would never do in a tomato plant, you can do with advantage in cannabis. Stress the H out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
we're not splitting any fruits.
Yeah. The most important thing, though, is that no matter what the right answer is, the only way to know if you're doing it is measuring. And I mean, that's what I love with the system, because by having the right sensors in and being able to understand what the crop is how the crop is responding and what the crop is experiencing throughout all of those 9 cardinal parameters, that's really that's the base, that's the ground. Like that's what needs to happen for us to be able to do any change.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we look at other crops, like right here where we live on the Palouse, there's over 100 years of wheat breeding efforts.
Yeah.
You know, and research to go with that says, okay, we put this type of fertilizer on, X amount per acre. This is what we can expect to see in tissue analysis for these different varieties. And so when you look around for information out there, it's actually kind of tough because there's a lot of liability in just saying, go do this with your crop and this is what will happen. And we don't have, you know, that huge stack of 100 years of studies on cannabis. So
I know. Exactly.
We have to make this as we go, kind of measure and try to make the best predictive choices we can.
And there's one example out there that has been brought up in our discussions recently, and it's I don't know if Scott brought this up when he was a guest on this talk, but it's corn. And he will butcher me for getting the facts wrong, but basically 60 years ago, the yields in corn were yay big, you know, down here, and it was pretty average year over year. But then at some point, call it 50 or 60 years ago, the research got to a point where the yields just started skyrocketing. So nowadays, you produce, I guess, he's going to butcher me, but I think it's between 4 and 6 times the amount of biomass, or the amount of product per square meter than what it was back then. And that's just because research caught up and you did the right things, just to increase your yields without having to increase your overall acreage. And that's really what we're seeing in cannabis too. People are starting to understand what to do. More research is being done. People are starting measuring what's happening in the root zone. They're doing crop steering, if you will, or basic environmental control. And that thing that took 60 years in corn, you can bet that's going to take 6 times less, 10 years to see the same result in cannabis, because you've already seen the yields and the quality go up like crazy.
Yep, and we're getting to the point too where you know, genetics can finally catch up as well.
Yep,
we've got genetic potential and environmental potential, and the genetic potential side has been largely ignored in the cannabis community because, you know, in order to research genetics, we've got to go through generations after generations.
Yep.
We've got to pull apart traits, and, you know, to find that perfect combination, especially when we're talking about recombination, we might be looking for one plant in 10,000 in a single cross. Like, I might be taking 200 plants, fully seeding them out, and then working through that stock over the next few years.
Right.
Or, you know, synthetic breeding where we're just open pollinating in a room for 4 generations. And then, like I said, we got 100,000 plants. That's a lot to go look through, but that's what we've done for 100 years with other crops, and we just haven't been able to do it with cannabis. But now we've got so much money and excitement around it. The development is just staggering. Like, it's so cool to watch.
Yeah, talk about strains before we get on to with the next question. Is I'm super curious about you guys out there, if you are able to sustain your genetics, if you will. I mean, what I'm talking about is when you buy a Carlsberg, a beer, whatever, Heineken, you know that's going to taste the same here as it does in Sweden. You know, it doesn't matter where you buy it; it's the same stuff. It's going to be, you can count on that tasting the exact same thing. If you buy wedding cake here and you buy it somewhere else, it's going to be the same. If you have two dispensaries or two facilities, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, are you making the same product? Can the customer come and buy the same product twice? I don't know. I've heard different things. I'm super curious what people are achieving.
That's a good point, Phil. I think it's a little bit all over the place for a few reasons. Number one, right now, the legal protections for cannabis varieties and cultivars, not the same.
Yep.
So other than private contract, you don't have a guarantee that what you're getting is what anyone says it is. And, the other side of it is unless you're using something like AROYA in a pretty comprehensive control system, it's really hard to replicate an environment that tightly.
Replicate results, yeah.
Yeah, just because, if I'm in a brand new warehouse in Southern California versus a retrofitted brick factory building outside of Boston, I've got different challenges that I'm looking at,
Yeah, just from climate.
Exactly. And building materials, if I'm starting with a 100-year-old building that's got posts here and, a lot of, and that's another cool thing about the cannabis industry is actually a lot of growers have been, kind of renewing certain neighborhoods and buildings that because they were affordable, they went into. But now it's like, whoa, it's kind of turning around neighborhoods, which is pretty neat to see.
Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely a fast-growing industry.
Yeah, there's so many reasons to be super psyched to be in this industry right now. And that was great. Bilbo Baggins, did that answer your question? He did actually follow up with a little bit of clarification. So what are some reasons that a substrate will not hit 70%? I'm using the Solus Terrace 12 to monitor.
That's just largely due to substrate properties, like with cocoa, how fine is the chop? What does the rest of the batch look like? There's a lot of variability there. And one thing to remember is like when you've got a plant that's rooting in, we're looking for a pretty good balance of, basically pore space and space occupied by the media in the pot. Those roots don't really fill in the solid portion of that. They fill in the pore space. So no matter what, as your plant's rooting in harder and harder over that growth cycle, you should expect to see your field capacity or peak water content come down slowly over time. And that's just because there's not as much room in the pot. There's roots.
Right.
If you go back and if any of you have grown in hard pots with cocoa, a lot of times at the end of the run, you'll pull it out and there's like no cocoa left in the pot. It's almost all roots. And if you were able to monitor water content, when I was using hard pots, I didn't have these tools. But if I could have, I would have seen that my water content dropped out pretty drastically.
Right,
and
correct me if I'm wrong, Seth, but I mean, getting into 100% water content, what you're looking for really in any substrate is field capacity, right? Like
exactly.
You're filling up the substrate as much water as it can hold at any point in time. And once that water content curve, if you will, or the graph starts to level off, you'll know that runoff is happening and you're not going to achieve more. That doesn't mean that you're going to read 100% because of reasons that Seth just mentioned. Another thing to think about is a lot of people are using spot measurements just as a best practice, and never ever use the same holes in the substrate. So if you use a rock wool, for instance, rock wool cube or a slab or something like that, don't put in your sensor one day and then go back the next day and put in the same holes. Why is that important? Well, basically because you've already deformed the substrate at that point. Channeling is happening. Water is not gonna be representative the second day as it was the first. So that is best practice.
Can I ask you real quick, Bilbo Baggins, what kind of media are you in? That'll help clear up some things for me trying to answer it.
Oh, maybe he can't hear us.
Okay.
So he did follow up with some clarification too. I can't break 39% water content. I feed 6% in P1 and 2% in P2. Is that helpful?
Yeah, a little bit. Like I said, it depends on what kind of media you're using. If you've got like a cocoa perlite mix, 39% would be not surprising at all to see. It just highly depends. Even some straight cocoa mixes, ones that have more of a husk chop to them, they look more like bark chips in there. Mm-hmm. They do not hold as much water. So basically when we're looking at volumetric water content in a specific medium, you want to be in the habit basically of every time you hydrate a new batch of media for transplant, fill it to field capacity, and then where you've got runoff is where your field capacity is. You're not going to get it higher. If you get runoff at 39 and then you wait an hour and try it again and still get runoff at 39, that's what that media holds.
Great. Awesome. Thank you guys for that. Oh man, we still have a lot of questions. I do want to get to Kyle's real quick too. So Kyle asked, I have a question related to lights off. Do you have any tips on mitigating the massive relative humidity swing I see during the first few hours of lights off?
There's a couple ways to go about that. It depends on which HVAC genius you ask and what equipment you have on site, basically. If you're in a really hot environment, we can, take advantage of your ACs that are already running to pull out some of that humidity. A lot of times, based on initial calculations, people were generally under dehumidified in their rooms, So,
right, it's a dehumidifier you would need to deal with that.
Yep, just up that capacity.
Just thinking outside the box. I mean, we just talked about this a little bit ago, how when you turn the lights off, it will drop because the temperature drops.
Yep.
Do you ever see people try to maintain the temperature?
Absolutely. So like if we're looking at, say, continuous harvest facilities that have plants from just transplanted yesterday to being harvested today, all in the same room, it's all a game of compromises at that point. We can't run that super low VPD because the finishing plants can't take that. We can't run super low temps because the early plants that'll stunt their growth too much. So yeah, that's actually a common solution to that problem, really. Like if we were talking and you're at the last 3 weeks of a run and you just can't get that humidity under control, your options usually are, especially if you're depending on your room size, a lot of people, if you've got the license space and square footage, you don't really have a lot of room to work in there once plants are in. So you can either roll in on a cart or on the rolling dehu, roll one in, try to get through, have it on a timer to kick off a half hour before lights turn off, try to get through. And then the next move is after that round, install more dehumidifiers and decide, all right, are we really going to, or make the choice, are we going to spend more money right now to chase those lower temps? Or are we just going to rate, sometimes all it takes is going from 68 to 72 and that'll solve your VPD problem. So it's kind of making that call. And then, with the latest purple trend, or rage, I guess I would say rage and demand. I don't know. That seems to be the thing right now. But one thing to remember is, you can get a lot of strains to purple up, but if you're having trouble controlling a lot of factors in your facility, you might be better off going for something more like a jealousy or a purple punch that purples up really easily on its own. If you find plants that you've grown that literally have purple sap before you've run your temperature differential, that's going to be the kind of thing you're looking for. Because, is it worth it to possibly reduce some yields to push this purple? I don't think so. And maybe I'm old school. I come out of plant breeding, so that's solved a lot of problems in agriculture, and I see that's going to happen with cannabis soon as well.
What do you think? Let us know.
Yeah.
That was a great question, you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're going to keep tearing through some of these that we got. So on Instagram, Mousa Magic, he has a question about plant trimming. So how does data affect your pruning schedule and how you coordinate plant trimming?
So there's a few things to look at. Number one, if you're doing your correct crop registration, you're going to be monitoring your plant height. Ideally every day, every other day during stretch, because what we want to determine is the exact day that a specific strain stops stretching given our conditions. And unfortunately, that also isn't identical for the same strain in two facilities.
Sure.
If we talk about different nitrogen concentrations and stuff like that, that can affect how long stretch actually happens. But if we're monitoring that plant height, that's going to tell us a few things. One, that's going to be a cue to switch from generative to bulking when that plant stops growing. The other thing is that's also a sign that's a good time to do that second defoliation. And then the other side of it is using, as Phil mentioned earlier, our PV panels on the noses. We're actually looking at leaf area index. So we can watch how quickly certain strains fill in and say, okay, we can actually quantify better than just sticking our hand under the canopy and seeing how bright it looks, how quickly those plants are filling out, and is that something we want? Right. Do we notice that, with this extremely low level of light down there, we see lower quality yields or lower yields, or do we see higher yields? We're wasting less light at that point.
Right.
That's how we can start to make those choices.
And basically what that would be, if you're not using that or know how to do that, it's basically your noses.
Yep.
Your noses, where your TOWS 12 sensors are connected to, they sit underneath the crop. They measure the light coming through the canopy. As the canopy grows in, it will receive less light, and you'll see a drop in the curve in the data. So just look at your light readings really for that. I do have a follow-up question on that though, because I mean a lot of pruning or trimming, it's extremely laborsome, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely see how you need to do it, especially for instance when you go from stressing the plants to bulking.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have to do it many more times than that?
It's very strain dependent, but typically, yeah, anytime we have to touch the plant, we're spending money on labor.
Sure.
And then also you're stalling out growth slightly. The plant does respond to every defoliation you can do. I mean, you can watch it on the graph. You defoliate one day, the plant dries back less the next. That's generally what's going to happen. So, you want to minimize that really. And then another thing to consider, once you get into bulking and even into ripening, each leaf that you have, if it's a fan leaf attached to a knuckle that has no bud right there, that might be one you'll look at taking later on, at that 38 to 43 day mark. But, I know years ago, some of the prevailing theories were like continually stripping leaves, Well, each of those non-bud leaves has 90% more photosynthetic capacity than the leaf growing out of a bud, or like the little sugar leaves, as they're called. So if, let's say, in week 6, you pull that bud from that, or that leaf from that bud, you just took its food.
Right.
And also you produced a hormonal response at that site of injury that's going to encourage that bud to actually try to grow more leaves because it wants sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So really we want to minimize it as much as possible. And one interesting thing that I've run into that I never thought I would was trying to help people find that balance between going really hard early to produce premium, top quality nug, and maintaining like, hey, we want a third of our weight to be smalls. We want it to be B nugs because the pre-roll market's so huge. So it's really been interesting to see, not only is there like what us as growers want to see as ideal, which is really quality product, but then there's the market demands. Some people are finding that those pre-rolls are like such a huge part of their sales that they can't not produce them, even if they have to dip into their better nug.
Yeah.
And that, 5 years ago is kind of more like, well, this is a solution for our B quality stuff that we don't want to put in jars.
Crazy thought, but do you ever see clients that you work with that at one go use 2 different pruning techniques, half-half?
Yeah, I see people that experiment a lot with it.
Okay.
And, part of that, is, like I said, is really them trying to find that balance with what works in their facility and then
And for that strain?
For that strain, but also with marketing.
Sure.
At the end of the day, because then there's, are we trying to go top quality bud? Are we just doing an oil run? Because that's a whole thing too. We've got people that only grow for oil. So if we're doing that, we're going very minimal on the defoliation.
Right.
Yeah, that's the big thing is, just keep in your mind, like every time you cut the plant, you're stalling it out and fighting it. And we have a short amount of time to produce with that plant. So we want to minimize those injury events.
So important to know this stuff while you're growing so you don't mess it up. Awesome, you guys. We do have a couple more questions, and I'm going to go as quickly as we can through these. Baby Got Drybacks wrote in, tell me about the evolution of cannabis production technology and software, and how is AROYA different?
Yeah.
Well, from what I'd seen, right when, the medical market and the recreational market came online, we had companies like GrowFlow, Canix, Leaf Logics, we can go on and on, that were more focused on the compliance and logistics side of the industry. So what they were looking at is like, all right, here's a software that can help your business because you have to do this registration. So we can help you with that. And then, organize your inventory basically. And AROYA, and we're not the only company doing that, but we are probably the people that are best combining this operational software with the technology side.
I think that's a good point. I mean, a lot of what I've seen out there, systems that people can use really focus on that harvesting or post-harvest processing, just being able to report to to the state of what's happening. They have scales, they help you with the harvest flow perhaps, but it's really focused on keeping track of your inventory and keeping track of what you're doing to then report that. I would say that where AROYA is a little bit different is that Media Group, who made AROYA, has been around for 40 plus years. We're a company based in research. We did not start out with a company wanting to serve the cannabis market. No, we started out as a company building sensors and instrumentation for other businesses and for anyone really to use who's doing any type of growing any type of crop. On the environment side, like soil moisture sensors, climate stations, you name it, things like that. But then we also have our food side of the company that makes water activity instruments. Again, not necessarily to begin with for cannabis, but for food, shelf-stable products where you have to measure water activity to meet legal demands. So that's kind of our foundation. Now, we saw 7 years ago, or maybe six or 7 years ago, that cannabis was an up-and-coming market. So we decided to, hey, how can we adopt our sensor technology and instrumentation, add a layer of software onto that, and really make a custom-made product for cannabis growers to have them succeed with what they're trying to do. That's how we started out with AROYA. So you see these businesses out there or these solutions out there that help you with compliance. We do that too, but we take it a step further. Like for instance, with harvesting and post-harvesting and drying, not only do we help you report to the state what you did, but we also help you with our water activity instrumentation, being able to tell you when the product is dried, when it's done, so that you're not over drying the product, or worse, under drying it, just for mold issues. So we really help you keep that value with the product throughout the entire process, because you don't want to grow the plant like in the ultimate way just to dry it away, right? So that's that on the dry side. But then also on the sensor side, we have those sensors that we developed over the course of decades, and now we've optimized them, if you will, for the cannabis industry specifically.
Yeah, and it's just bringing together all these different facets that we're lucky enough to have access to. When we talk about the technology, and then as we got into it, we were fortunate enough to look at or be able to look at other companies with compliance and management software that had existed before, and then talk to growers over time and find out that like a lot of these people are managing, not only a horticultural operation but also the business side of it. Yeah. So they're trying to avoid having 10 different softwares that they use. So we're trying to get task management, compliance, and then all of your sensor data into one place. Traditionally, before AROYA existed, there were some other, environmental monitoring softwares out there and hardware. Mm-hmm. But usually what that looked like is going to the office and one computer screen has a graph that's got humidity and temperature on it. Right. And maybe you have VPD or soil moisture, but sure, you have that, and then you have your computer that's got Slack or When I Work, or we'll start naming, different management softwares, and suddenly everyone on site's using like 5 programs on their phone just to get through their workday. And a lot of them don't, some of them don't have a complicated job. It's just kind of silly if all you do is irrigate, to have 5 softwares that you have to use to communicate with all of your coworkers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the second part of your question, how has it been evolving? It's definitely been evolving, and adoption has increased. There's still, I would say, the majority of cannabis producers in the country are not measuring. They're not using a system like AROYA. They are using systems. They're using Google Sheets. They're using pen and paper. They use whatever they can find, or whatever they find suitable. Asana, for instance, for task management. But a lot of growers just aren't measuring yet. If you look at other industries, like tomatoes or crops that you would grow in Europe, for instance, having sensors is something that's been used for a very, very long time. And we definitely see that being the trend in cannabis as well. Even more so, the companies that are using sensors and measuring your cardinal parameters are seeing greater results, because you're trying to scale your business. You're trying to increase your square footage, at which point it becomes difficult to handle that size, and really keeping consistency throughout. But also to keep up with the demand, product and the growing principles are getting more, are evolving. So being able to keep up and produce the amount of yields and quality that people are producing nowadays, the people that keep up with technology, they're going to stay ahead.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a lot of producers out there can vouch, and I mean, I'm sure not everyone's experienced this, hopefully, but plenty have, where you lose a crop or a significant part of it and you can't meet, your order demands that you've put in. Well, a lot of those dispensaries don't want to buy from you again in the future because they want to be stocked a few months ahead of time and know that they're going to have product on their shelves. And if you're going to leave an open spot on their shelf, they don't want to buy from you anymore. So that's very important. And then, going back to, honestly, in evolution or evolving of the product, we're really evolving the consistency. That this is how you're going to be able to grow, a meat breath in Michigan, in its homeland, and grow it the same out here in Washington and actually have the same product on the shelf. And with that water activity, keeping it consistent.
Yep.
That's a huge part of it. Like, we're really helping people solve the black ash problem just by not under drying specifically.
I do have one more thought on that question, Maddie, because you asked what makes us different. And I mean, companies out there, solutions out there, there are a lot of awesome solutions out there. But what I love with working for this specific company and for AROYA is just the passion. I mean, this is a passionate market, and we are passionate about what we're doing. We have a full team of scientists on staff just working with evolving our product. Yes, AROYA is a cannabis-specific product, but what we're doing with all of the technology that we're fortunate enough to evolve and develop can really be distributed not only throughout the cannabis market and help everyone be successful, but in broader horticulture. Like, we want to attack all of indoor horticulture, greenhouses included, and provide a solution long-term that helps anyone improve their performance. Not just to improve yields, but to solve issues like lack of water. You don't want to waste water. You want to improve your irrigation schedules. So we want to help all kinds of indoor and greenhouse crops to really be grown in the ultimate way. That's our goal.
And at the end of the day, anyone who uses precision drip irrigation, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, and that's something that's actually really cool. For years, I feel like the cannabis growers around the world really wanted to be part of regular agriculture and have access to this stuff.
Yeah.
And now that market explosion is actually driving it the other way, where they're paying the money to develop all this stuff. And greater agriculture is going to reap a little bit of benefit out of it too.
Absolutely. It's
really
a give and take, like cannabis industry has really been able to benefit from all the research that's been done, but now the opposite. Cannabis is adopting all of that, and then they're evolving it even more. They're doing things that like typical crop would not invest in today, because they've done things the way it's been done forever, and it works.
Mm-hmm.
But now they can follow the cannabis industry at some point.
Yep. And, compared to, let's say, growing spinach or strawberries, we're not looking at nearly as long of a time, hopefully, to pay off our investment. So actually, like, a lot of cannabis growers are taking a lot more chances out there in search of, actually doing their own research and pushing those yields. And that's something that's really hard to do on a regular production farm.
It is, which drives it back to the passion. I mean, we're passionate, and for any cannabis grower fighting in this industry and being part of the community, you need to have passion. I mean, this is not a crop at the moment where you can just set it and let it grow. Like, you really need to attend to this,
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we're, the harvest off of 2 lights is worth more than 2 acres of wheat around here, quite potentially. So it's like there's, and yes, there's a lot more inputs going into that little 2 lights, but like I said, it blows my mind, and I'm really thankful that we get to work with so many people that want to push it and aren't, like you said, kind of stuck in the old way, just staying with what works, getting by on small margins. I mean, it's a good combination of farmers and entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our customers is the reason why AROYA exists.
Beautiful. We do have a couple questions that came in through the chat. Trevor, do you want to take yourself off mute and ask it, or I can ask for you? I can go ahead. Okay, so Trevor asks, if you're stuck in a substrate size that's too small for your plants, so it's very challenging to keep the plants from over drying at night, what irrigation strategy would you suggest to counter this mistake? He also says, we will upgrade our pot size next run. We've been watering heavy at P2, 6% shots an hour before lights out.
So, I mean, the best you can do is 1 to 2 hours before lights out, bring it back up to field capacity, or just like 1 or 2% below, so we're not pushing any extra runoff. But if we're talking about ripening, that little bit of extra runoff's often okay, as long as our EC isn't bottoming out. But for now, you're just going to have to run with that. Hopefully, you don't have to put on a P3. Another thing you can do is, instead of 2 hours after lights on watering, move that back to an hour or when lights turn on. But unfortunately, you're just going to have to keep your plants from wilting for this last 2 to 3 weeks. And then, yes, up your pot size for the next run, or cut your plant size in half.
Up your pot size. I mean, considering you said pot, I assume it's not rock wool. So, I mean, you can definitely increase your pot size and your substrate volume. You don't want to do that too much, though, because you still want to stress the plants and be able to achieve a good size dry back. So, you want to take a look at that. I mean, for a normal cannabis plant, I don't know. But
if you're going above 2 gallons, that's going out of easily steerable.
I was about to say, like, 2 gallons is probably the max you want to go. If you're using rock wool, I mean, you can definitely use a 6x6x6 block. The most common thing that we see in flower is that you use a 4x4 a cube, 4x4x4, and then putting that on a slab or a uni slab, because what that will allow you to do is really maintain a water content to ensure that you don't go below 20-25%, but still you can still drive it pretty hard and dry it back fairly significantly and increase that stress.
Yeah, and that's been another big thing, transitioning over, or watching people transition from, let's say, the medical market to the rec market. Traditionally a big problem was plant counts. Like 10 years ago, let's say we're in Northern California and I've got a license for 99 plants and you've got a license for 99 plants. That's still not very many plants, at the end of the day. So plant size becomes really important. We want big yielding plants.
Yeah.
Well, if we're outgrowing our pots and we're not under a plant count license, we can grow plants half the size in those smaller pots. If, you mentioned the Hugos, the 6x6x6s, those are something that people tend to overgrow a lot. They'll grow way too big of a plant and end up right in the situation where they can't keep it wet at the end. You got a few options, If you've got a shipping container full of those sitting outside already, and you want to use them, you're best off buying slabs. The other option is flip smaller plants. Instead of flipping your plants at 16, 18 inches high, we might be flipping them at 10 or 12. Yeah. And, going a third more, or maybe double our plant density to compensate. It's really about tuning your plant size for your environment. And one thing that is definitely prevalent in cannabis production is people tend to outgrow their environment pretty quick as they get proficient at dialing it in.
Yeah, right.
For sure. And he did follow up. Gotcha, no wilting, just optimal drybacks in cocoa. And he says, I'll add some P2, some more P2 waterings to hit maximum capacity.
Yep, that's all you can do for now. And just be patient. Don't freak out in the middle of the day and just start slamming it with water. You can let it dry back between the end of P1.
It's a pretty hardy
first
plant.
P2. What's that?
Yeah, it's a pretty hardy plant.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's, that's something I've been dealing with all the time lately. It's kind of funny. People switch to LEDs thinking they're going to save power, but they just grow more cannabis.
Yeah, they grow more cannabis and then they get, the opposite.
Yeah, then they got to spend more money on
the
DEs
beautiful
and stuff.
thing is that, the problem is solvable and you can definitely deal with it. There's ways to deal with it. Do small things, like you don't want to change up too much too fast. Like it's, that's important. So, stay with the substrate that you have and play with the volume.
He also wanted to say, AROYA and LEDs got my plants bigger than I'm used to. Haha, that's awesome. We'd love to hear that.
Yep.
We are getting so close to time. We did have one more question in the chat, and I think that he did leave, but I do want to ask this if it's a short enough question. Mikey Gersh wrote in, oh, here he comes. He's back. We'll just wait 1 second. This will be our last question of the day. Hey, Michael, we did want to ask your question. We're so glad that you're back. If you want to take yourself off mute and ask it, you're more than welcome to, or I can ask it. I got you. All right. How many days before harvest would you recommend a switch to generative watering?
Usually about 2 weeks, but that's strain dependent. Some strains, if you run too long in the bulking phase, will start to stretch out and kind of have loose, leafy bud. So for some of those strains that like a longer ripening, 3 weeks, but generally we look at 2 weeks for a ripening period.
Awesome. Michael, did that answer your question? I hope that it did. Man, this was a great show. He says yes.
Perfect.
Awesome. Great. Well, guys, we're coming up on time. I think this was an amazing show. Man, we had a lot of really great questions and answers come out of this one. So, yeah. Kyle, Trevor, please stick around for a minute. I think that I got some of your info, but we do want to send you guys a new AROYA hat. So thank you all for joining us this week for AROYA's Office Hours Live. If you have any questions about AROYA and how it can be used to improve your cultivation production process, or any other topic you'd like covered in the future on Office Hours, please post it in the chat, shoot us an email at support.aroya@metergroup.com, or send us an Instagram DM. We would love to hear from any of you guys. We also record this every session, and we'll be emailing you guys, everyone who is in attendance, a link to this video. It'll also live on AROYA's YouTube channel. And so we really encourage you guys to head on over there, like and subscribe so you guys never miss out on any of the sessions that we have. If you find these conversations helpful, please feel free to share with your network and spread the word. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. And thanks, Mandy, for hosting this. That's great.
Yeah, thank you guys. Great show. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Michael.